to distance yourself from the warmth of KZN's shores, from exploring the majestic mountaintops of the Ukahlamba Drakensberg, to dancing to the beat of Zulu warriors, from enjoying the thrills of ziplining down Africa's longest zipline at Lake Eland, and marveling at our World Heritage Sites and beauty of the Isimangaliso Wetland Park, to creating unforgettable adventures walking amongst the Big Five. But while you're missing out on these unbelievable experiences for now, distancing yourself from all the things you love to do, remember, KZN will see you soon. Kumbula, KZN is only born kungekudala. Believe it.
The KwaZulu-Natal Tourism Agency has launched a motivational video, have just seen, that aims to remind prospective travelers about what tourist attractions attracts them, or rather awaits them in the kingdom. During this lockdown, which has since come as a result of the coronavirus outbreak hitting our shores, the tourism sector is one of the industries that has also been hit hard since no activities are taking place. And joining us for more on this and other tourism-related issues in the KwaZulu-Natal Province, we're joined by Ndabezinhle Sibiya, the spokesperson for the Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs. Mr. Sibiya, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, and good morning to the viewers at home.
We know that the beaches in KwaZulu-Natal Province are some of the favorite holiday makers' destination, but with the current lockdown restrictions, currently in place, traveling there's been less movement. So how bad has the province been affected by this?
Well, you are correct in pointing out that, when there's a crisis, tourism is the first sector to be, affected. And here in KwaZulu-Natal, you would recall that sometime in February, we had a media briefing, the Premier of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, together with the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Ndabezinhle, they hosted quite a number of delegates from Spain in preparation for the World Football Summit. Fast forward to March, we were the first province to announce the postponement of international events due to the outbreak of corona. And we can also confirm that, we have suffered huge losses running into billions of rands. And then the MEC for Economic Development, Ndabezinhle, shortly after the President of the country, His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, announced the lockdown, she convened a meeting with stakeholders in the tourism industry. During that meeting, she reflected on the travel restrictions. You'll recall that there were tourists coming from Europe and many other countries were here in KwaZulu-Natal, and due to the fact that the World Health Organization had announced, restrictions, which were imposed, from travelers, that were coming from 10 high-risk countries. We were affected as the province of KwaZulu-Natal. As we speak, the MEC is continuing, to interact with the stakeholders. Yesterday, she had a meeting with MEC for Transport, Community Safety and Liaison, MEC for Human Settlement, MEC for Sport and Recreation. Those MECs are part of the economic cluster. They were preparing, for they're preparing an economic recovery plan, which will be presented in cabinet next week.
So what kind of assistance and interventions has your department come up with for those within the tourism and the hospitality sector in the province?
What MEC Ndabezinhle has pointed out is that no one is going to be left behind. She's, emphasizing the need to reach out to all, players in the tourism industry, because over the years, as you pointed out earlier on, KwaZulu-Natal has been a leading destination for domestic tourists, and she has, expressed her appreciation to all stakeholders in the tourism industry for the role that they've played to ensure that KwaZulu-Natal is a leading destination for tourism. And, resources have been made available to assist, the role players in the tourism industry. Obviously, she understands that, look, there is no way that we can say the assistance that is being offered is sufficient. KwaZulu-Natal has made available Trade and Investment, KZN, and an entity under KwaZulu-Natal, Department of Economic Development, to assist all role players, in terms of application. We are assisting, the sector to apply for, assistance, that is available at national level. But importantly, in the department, on the 2nd of June, the MEC will be presenting a budget speech. In that budget speech, the MEC will actually unveil all the details, in terms of the intervention into the sector. But importantly, she's emphasizing the need to ensure that all the interventions are spearheaded by the stakeholders, because government has got to provide, guidance, has got to create an environment for stakeholders, to lead in terms of developing, a roadmap, in terms of moving forward. And yesterday, the stakeholders in the tourism industry, they made a presentation which really gives one, hope that when travel restrictions are lifted, KwaZulu-Natal once again...
Mr. Sibiya, we're out of time, unfortunately, but then thank you so much for taking your time to join us this morning. And just a quick one, how do we access the video that we just played?
Well, the video is available in all platforms, and we are working with the mainstream media to ensure that we reach out to all the tourists,
all right,
at a domestic level as well as international level.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you so much for chatting to us this morning, Mr. Sibiya. That was Ndabezinhle Sibiya, the spokesperson for the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs in the KwaZulu-Natal Province. We'll take a quick break and we'll have your sports news in a moment.
We know it's been tough, South Africa. To distance yourself from the warmth of KZN's shores, from exploring the majestic mountaintops of the KwaZulu-Natal Province.
Information.